The man spent $500,000 to buy a corpse. He claimed it was his father and sent it to the hospital for emergency treatment. He begged the doctors desperately to save him, saying that no matter how much it cost, he was willing to pay. Hearing this, the doctors were instantly interested. Without even running a checkup, they ordered the nurses to push the body into the operating room and urged the man to pay at once. When the doctors entered the operating room, they quickly saw the person had been dead for a long time, but they had no intention of stopping, because in their eyes, as long as the family still had money, the patient was still alive. The doctor pretended to be anxious and walked out, telling the man the patient's condition was extremely critical and that a large amount of medicine was needed. He handed over a prescription. Every drug on it was outrageously expensive. The man spent $20,000 without hesitation and rushed the medicine back, but the nurses blocked him outside the door. The medicine was quickly returned to the pharmacy. Of course, it could not be used on a dead person. Instead, it brought a generous commission to the sales department. The man waited anxiously outside, while the doctors and nurses inside laughed and chatted. Half an hour later, the doctor rushed out again, saying surgery was necessary and the cost was $200,000. The man agreed immediately. Soon a so-called brain specialist appeared. They comforted the family with gentle words while pretending to go in and out busily, putting on a show of desperate rescue. The man knew well that this farce was about to reach its end, so he quietly told someone nearby to start recording with a phone. Sure enough, the doctors soon came out with gloomy faces, announcing the patient could not be saved, but the man did not expose them yet. Instead, he begged them to try once more. Money was not an issue. The doctor shook his head, saying the patient was already dead. It was impossible to bring him back. At that moment, the man stopped acting. He sneered and said nothing more. Then pulled out a sheet of paper. It was the death certificate of the patient. The doctors were dumbfounded. The corpse had never been his father. It was something he had purchased from a crematorium.
जब पेशेंट मर गया है, तो आप लोग अंदर बैठ के क्या अपने 6 घंटे बैंड बजा रहे थे? हाँ? ये पेशेंट का डेथ सर्टिफिकेट नहीं, ये इस हॉस्पिटल का डेथ सर्टिफिकेट है, समझे?
The senior expert panicked and hurriedly tried to stuff the certificate into his mouth. The man remained calm, saying it was fine. He had plenty more. Then he pulled out another one. Just then a staff member arrived with the bill. The doctor frantically shook his head trying to stop him, but the staff knew nothing of the truth and handed the bill straight to the man. The man took it and stared coldly, and the fate of that hospital was already sealed.